Good? Okay, we're back on the podcast. We can't reveal too much of what just happened, but it's basically half hour later. It'll be on tomorrow's show.
You look like you've seen an alien. You don't even know what to do right now with your face.
I couldn't believe we got that far. That's all I will say. And Jason stayed with us the whole time. We won't reveal too much because it'll be on tomorrow's show. We recorded it. But Jason was sitting right next to Amy and her computer. That definitely went deeper than I thought it would.
It was pretty wild. I've never seen something like that before.
Me either. So tomorrow's show. But
see, it gives us a better idea of how they get, like if someone was more vulnerable or didn't know as much about computers, like how they could easily access something.
I will say for a second, I did think you were going to do it.
Same.
I think the whole room was a little concerned that Amy was going to fall for it again. Okay, so that will be on tomorrow's show.
Because I'm like, how does he live with himself?
No more.
Amy, we're not talking about it.
That's the next day. That was on today's show. We just did all that. We have a guest here. I know. And then...
Let's not be rude.
Now she's wanting to go back. Well, what if I click into it now? Jason, how long are you in town?
I'll probably leave Thursday.
So what are you playing anywhere around here? Do you have friends here?
No, so I'm gonna go get up with my producer and kind of work through 2 of the new songs that we're getting ready to get going for this summer.
As in record them?
Yeah, well, not really record them, kind of pre-production stuff.
No, I mean that's what you're working on, songs you're going to record.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll be back next month to fully cut them.
And how often do you come to Nashville?
Probably once a month for right now.
Who are we talking to? Oh, Matt. So one of our buddies is Matt Stell, who, when he was an early artist, he was kind of red dirt, but he was coming to Nashville like once a month, like coming in, doing his thing. And then he was like, man, I never really could get a full grasp of it until I moved there. Is that ever the intention, to just move to Nashville?
Yeah, so right now I'm looking to move full-time once the season ends with the Texas Tailgaters in kind of like October.
Is there a home base for the Tailgaters, or do you just stay on the road?
So, well, that would suck. For this year, we're still based in Savannah, Georgia. But I think the intention, because next year they're adding 2 more teams to this league.
Wow.
And I think their goal is to make it like regional. So where like Texas would be in Texas, and then they'll have one like on the West Coast.
Like the UFL, the football leagues happening, they're all based. They have a center, maybe in Dallas or Vegas, where there's like 6 teams, and they all kind of. I think it's Vegas, and they all kind of live there. But it feels like that's what this is at first. Like all the teams are in the same place, and you go and you play.
So are you living in Savannah?
I will be. Yeah, I moved down mid-March, and I'll be there for spring training, and which will be like baseball spring training, and then after that it'll be, get the band in shape, get them ready to go, make sure that they know what they're doing. You have friends here in Nashville? Mm-hmm. A lot. I've been kind of coming for about a year now, and met a lot of good friends here that I stay in touch with pretty much every day.
Arlington, Texas is the hub city for the UFL, the UFL headquarters. I'd see address there, but all the teams are there, like the cities that have teams. Okay. So they're all based there the same way that they'll all be based in Savannah, all 8 of them.
And the Arlington Renegades, I guess that's their home base. Well, I guess
that's all their home bases.
Yeah.
They just
they're the only Arlington.
Yes. The others just represent other teams. Oh, that's really cool, man. So you do some shows. Oh, man. When we got all that scanning, I talked fun. So here's Jason's schedule. If you guys are want to go see Jason. The 14th and 15th, Greenville, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina. February 28th, Clemson, South Carolina. And then 3 other North Carolina dates in Wilmington, Charlotte, and Greenville. And then it's baseball time. Mm-hmm. Are you throwing now, just to make sure?
I haven't really started my arm care stuff yet. I've been hitting a little bit. I've got a messed up elbow, so I kind of from I used to be a pitcher, and I messed up my elbow and never got it fixed. So I just kind of slowly worked my way into it, but try not to overdo it.
So is the single still My July?
Single is My July, but the most recent one is a single called Could Have Been that I put out in January.
All right, cool. Well, dude, one, good to see you in person. It's been a slow build up. We talked to him on the phone. We Zoomed him. It's like he scammed us. He slowly got us. We're in. Got to meet him in person, and then I got to meet him here, and That's super cool, dude. I hope you have an awesome 3 or 4 months playing with the team, and continue to let us know when you put songs out. And I don't know, we'll check in again in a couple months or so.
I appreciate it.
That'd be super
Absolutely.
cool. And Amy, anything for Amy's face is still
Guys,
in scrunchy face.
I can't send emails right now.
What do you mean?
I had to send. I just was.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
I just had one. I realized I had one open to Julie, one of our bosses. I had to send.
But there's
something.
no way you didn't
And
click
it's-
something, right, to let him into something. Because there's no way in just a Zoom he can take over anything if you don't allow access.
Message could not be sent. Check your net. I've never seen. Check your network and try again. Oops, something went wrong. Okay, like what?
Morgan, will you go? We help her.
I'm not familiar with this happening to me.
Jason, good to see you, man.
I got a question. What about your band members? Do you just leave them high and dry while you go play baseball?
Well, so the North Carolina band circuit, they all kind of work around. So my guys will play with other people too.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say I leave them high and dry.
Just making sure.
They've got plenty of stuff going on.
Good question, though. Good question.
Yeah, it's good.
Morgan, how's it going over there?
She's on the wrong network, so we're changing.
Oh, she's just on the wrong internet?
Oh my gosh.
It might be.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know if that's it. I don't know, but we're testing.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and log in.
What login?
It's your login, your iHeart.
Now Morgan's hacking Amy. She's like, let me take over your page.
Oh yeah, you think I have that memorized?
Do we have cables and cords run through this room? Like orange extension cords?
Yeah, that's for the camera.
Yeah,
That's
no,
camera.
the whole thing was wild.
Guys,
Are you on the right internet now?
No, but she doesn't know her own password to her email.
I use iHeart Guest,
You can't access some things sometimes
but I'm on
without
my,
not being on the network.
guys. I feel like he's in my computer.
Amy, do you have any questions for Jason before he goes? Or are you just focused on that?
Yeah, can we all when you start playing, like, can we all come to a game?
This is her just this is her being nice here. Go
We'll
ahead.
support.
That's a good
Like,
question.
would y'all play in Nashville, like at the Sounds?
I don't think we play in Nashville this year, but I know the Bananas play at Nissan.
Really?
The
They
big
set up a
stadium?
baseball field there?
I don't know how they're going to do it.
Okay, well, it makes
they
sense.
managed to do things that are impossible.
Okay.
every
No
time,
Nashville
so-
for the Texas team, but Albuquerque, Reno, Cincinnati, Richmond, Salem, Philly, St. Paul, Baton Rouge, Fayetteville, Pittsburgh, Frisco, Texas, San Antonio, Round Rock, and Houston, Texas.
What's
This
your
year.
number one, like, as an athlete, thing that you try to do to take care of your
Now she's in interview mode, guys. We got her back.
body?
to take care of my body
Well,
as
you know,
an
because
athlete.
like as an athlete, like yeah, we like learning things. How to. Bobby's an athlete.
Yeah, I'm a crazy athlete.
I
of
would
course.
say it's the same as, I guess, music for that matter is sleep. I mean, you have to get the right amount of sleep. If you don't sleep, I mean, you're running on E all the time, and you'll never get the best out of yourself.
Cool.
All right, cool. Thanks,
Sleep.
thanks,
Cool,
Amy.
cool,
Thanks for
cool.
your input. All right, Jason, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see y'all.
Thank you for coming by.
I appreciate
All right,
y'all
there he is.
having me.
Jason Arn, everybody. Go follow him. We'll
Yeah.
put him in the show notes there. And because if we try to spell it again, we're going to get lost. And somehow Amy will get hacked. Amy, so what's happening?
Oops! System encountered a problem. Retrying in 32 seconds.
Oh boy.
Retry now.
I mean, the coincidence is crazy. Like,
Yo,
If it were anybody but Amy,
I function
well,
on this
Lunchbox, though.
all the time.
My favorite thing was Lunchbox trying to give Amy advice on what to do during it. And Lunchbox wanted to be Amy's
I did. I
Amy's
wanted-
manager, and I was like,
Manager.
Morgan, hop up there because Lunchbox will for sure get her hacked.
Uh-huh.
There, it's typing.
good job, man.
Good to see you, Jason.
Go to there,
Congratulations.
whatever. Nice to meet you.
Oh, are there Gmail outages?
Bye. Nice to meet
Hey,
you.
hey, Amy,
Thank
there's
you.
a Gmail outage right now.
There is. Well, that's unfortunate.
No, is that what you're on, Gmail?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
User reports indicate problems at Gmail.
There's a spike right now.
Originated with the scammer.
He took all of Amy allowed everybody.
Oh no!
All because of Amy.
Go ahead.
What?
See if something else works.
Looks like it's working.
What?
It's just Gmail.
Because isn't Facebook connected to Gmail?
My Zoom is my Gmail.
No, Google is Gmail.
But
Facebook and Google are the same company.
They're not okay.
Meta
But
and-
when I sent him the link, we were emailing on Gmail.
You think he took down Gmail? If you just email somebody, that doesn't give them access, or they would email everybody and just take over their computers.
Okay, but then also my Zoom is connected. You've just set it up through an email, and it's my.
Unless you secretly click something.
No! What are you
I'm
doing?
quitting Zoom.
whoa.
I'm quitting Zoom.
Whoa.
Step on her tail?
It sounded like Mike.
I'm getting out of the app that you think is bugging your.
She bites Morgan.
I
just step on her tail.
I just have so many tabs open. I can't have them closed. I have too much happening here.
Okay, can you go to another page?
Oh, my Gmail worked.
This has been.
This is a great day. Great day.
So it's just my Gmail.
Yeah, it's just yours.
He's in,
Everybody-
guys, John is in my computer.
John is in her soul, guys. He's gone beyond her computer.
Go back to your,
His name wasn't John, right?
refresh the entire page.
Hey, I'm gonna bet that's the name. That's his scamming name.
Yeah.
Now try and send something.
What happened to my drafts? There they are. Okay.
Oh, Amy, you're good. Hey, you're safe, Amy.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna send this. Okay.
Go ahead.
We're good. It's fine.
Ah, thank goodness.
Message sent. Email or Gmail outage must be. Oh, but it didn't
I feel like I
attach the
stepped on
other
her tail a little
file.
bit.
Do you
I'm
feel
not
like
sure
John
what
is still in you?
Maybe.
Amy, what happened there when you screamed? Like, what happened
I
there?
thought Morgan was gonna close all my tabs. And she was just closing my Zoom tab.
She does have like thousands of tabs.
Oh yeah.
But I know
That's
exactly.
her life's work. You almost killed her life's work, Morgan.
I know exactly what every tab is,
Oh,
and I
man.
need it
That's a
open
close one.
I hear
today.
you. I hear you. Okay, some stuff. We will move from this. I just encourage everyone, if you're listening and you're watching us on YouTube, tomorrow's show, it'll be on. It'll also be on the podcast, and we're gonna put on the whole thing on the podcast.
You want to put the whole thing up on YouTube? You gotta put that video up on YouTube, right?
So we'll have to talk about it after, but
Okay.
because that was for search, sure. Well, and I'm not going to say anything. We'll have to talk about it after. Okay. I don't even know where we go from here.
That was awesome.
The guy that played Roy D. Mercer died. Are you guys familiar?
The phone calls.
It's a very Southern thing, but I don't know. Like Eddie and I say, a lot of Southern Hispanic culture kind of.
It blends.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Roy D. Mercer.
Roy D. Mercer. We used to listen to his prank calls all the time, and they were based out of KMOD in Tulsa. But the guy who played that character, Roy D. Mercer, died.
Wow.
I was looking at the KMOD Twitter. It is with a heavy heart that we share the passing of Brent Douglas, Roy D. Mercer, one of the patriarchs of KMOD. Our thoughts and deepest condolences go out to his family, friends, and all who were lucky enough to have Brent in their lives. Rock in peace, Brent. # Roy D. Mercer. I'll even, at times, when I'm on with somebody, a little hidden tip of the cap reference. If I'm like, how big old boy are you? He would say that in just about every call. How big old boy are you? And the guy, I'm about 6'2", 280. So, yeah, saw that. I didn't know him, but listened to him. And listen to those calls, because I didn't live in Tulsa, but I listened. Those calls somehow got to me as a kid.
They made like CDs. I think he released CDs because I remember people
Really?
bringing those by and us just listening to them.
And I think probably ours were tapes recorded off those CDs illegally.
Yeah.
Brent Douglas and Phil Stone, DJs at rock music radio station KMOD in Tulsa, Oklahoma, created the Roy D. Mercer character in 1993. Initially, they used the character on comedy sketches for the radio station. Prank call sketches were part of the morning show, and then they became legendary. There was a guy on TikTok. It's a radio show somewhere. And I was watching this video, and he was doing a bit naming a song in 1 second. He's pretty good at it. He's like, watch, I can name the song in 1 second. And then another show started doing it, and he was like, I think he knows the guy who's doing it. He's like, they lifted my bit or something like that. And I was like, we've been doing that bit for like 10 years, and we lifted that bit from Name That Tune, the TV show. Because that's like a 1960s game show where it's like, how many notes? I can name it 4 notes. Then we just started going 1 second a song. We've played that game for years and years. So I challenged him. Friendly.
Oh, you did?
Friendly. I was like, hey, we've been doing this for like 10 years. I probably have memorized a bunch, so it could be a little cheating because I think I've memorized more. But I was like, WrestleMania? We up? I ain't get a response or anything.
Oh.
But I always think it's funny when radio guys, and I'm not even saying them because it was a real epidemic for a long time, where they're like, this person's stealing my bit. And it's like, one, we've been doing it, and we stole it from a game show. From like, that was before we were alive, right? The original Name That Tune? And they stand up and there's a guy on a piano. Because the new version has Randy Jackson on it. But the old one had to be like 60s or 70s. And they're like, I can name that tune in 3 notes. Dung, dung, dung. And then 1952.
Oh, dang.
It premiered on NBC Radio. Dude, that's when they gathered around the freaking radio.
With like xylophones and all these noisemakers.
You mean just for the broadcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's old footage of people recording a radio show, and yeah, you're right. There's like 20 people in there all doing different things.
It moved to television in the 50s. CBS picked up the show and carried it through 59. In the 1970s, NBC broadcast 2 daytime versions of the show. Yeah, I mean, we totally stole it from that. But I'm pretty good at the 1 second a song game. I might be the best ever. I'm be honest. I might be the best ever. That was a good one.
Has anyone stolen Bobby Sings 1 second or one note? What's the game that we play?
Oh, nor should they.
Where Bobby goes.
That's a pretty bad game. That's a pretty bad game. Yeah, I think I'm the only one that can pull that one off because
Okay.
it's so bad. I do. There was another. I don't even want to go. I don't want to get triggered
Triggered.
about a whole different thing that we used to do that I knew a producer that ended up taking it to TV. I don't want to be triggered. So
Move on.
sometimes I want to be triggered.
You want to be triggered?
I don't today because I'm still a little bit tired from our trip, which I don't want to be triggered talking about the trip either because I got so irritated yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Well, I get tired. I get triggered. Somebody in the company was like, man, you guys had a lot of fun times out. Just he kind of referenced we were just goofing around for a week,
Yeah, okay.
and I was like, bro, we did market visits and charity shows, and then did 2. It didn't matter.
Did we find time to have fun? Sure.
You guys did. I
Like-
was sick for 2 days.
There was a point where like, oh, we're going to force ourselves to do something. And then like 2 hours later, we're like, I want to go back to the hotel and go to bed.
I got annoyed that it was treated like it was we did something at the very end that was cool. That was like a once in a lifetime thing, but it doesn't matter. I prefer not to be triggered, but I'm still a little tired. I had to make sure I didn't lose my voice though. Like drink a lot of water because we did lots of singing on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
Lots of interviews, multiple shows. So I got to make sure I don't want to come down with a sinus infection.
Right. Just sinuses.
That's what it was, man.
I don't even know where we go. Ray, how long total?
18 on this one.
Yeah, what about the first half?
It's at least 25,
Really?
at least.
Okay, that'd be good then. What is today? Tuesday?
We're Tuesday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, that was fun.
What the whole thing
This
happened?
whole thing,
the whole
man.
thing. And if you're like, man, what happened to them? The whole thing happened in between. While you guys, I heard a commercial or something. We had shut down for half an hour to do the scam thing, and it got out of control. So that's a little bit why we're off center a bit. The whole company almost got hacked.
Well,
Yeah, maybe. We don't know.
And then Amy starts yelling, I think John's still in me. Okay, we're done. Let's wrap it up. Anybody have a podcast?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine is with Kat. It's our bonus episode, the 5th thing, and we do ADHD
Okay.
hacks,
Perfect.
like brain hacks.
You can hack ADHD.
Well,
Hey,
things.
hers you can.
No, I mean, actually, I don't know if hacks is the right word, but we're using that word. But tips and tricks to help you be productive when you might be otherwise, distracted.
That's helpful.
Morgan, you have an episode?
Yeah, I do. With Dr. Harry Cohen. He's a psychologist and now an author of a book called Be the Sun, Not the Salt. And it's really just like basic principles of being a good person. It's a cool episode.
And what's his name? Dr. Harry Cohen?
Dr. Harry Cohen. And he's very soothing. He's like 75 years old and just has this really cool old kind of grandpa voice. I love him.
All right, thanks to Jason Hart for stopping by. Thanks to, Earth for
Yes.
existing. Thanks to Earth for existing.
Thank you for everything, Earth.
And I think we're going to call it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Goodbye, everybody.